Hi! It looks beautiful. So pretty.
Pretty spot, yes.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Good. Doing great. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Excellent.
So echoey there. It's hilarious that you've got an empty house. It sounds like you're in a cave.
Oh, should I try headphones? It's echoing, yeah?
Yeah, it, it's clear.
Oops. Is that a little less crazy? Better?
You look.
That's great. Unexpected.
You'll tell me otherwise. Those baseball crew are sleeping on the floor,
Uh, oh wow, yeah.
and we've had a cold change, so they like we're in the same room, and then they ended up being in the same bed, and Arity's like this wiggle worm, and
You know,
Yeah.
I was worse than her though, because of my hips and stuff. Yeah. I feel they're just some karma. What's it like today over there? Have you guys had a lot of chores already?
Nara hustled yesterday. We had guests coming in, of course, and
Yeah.
anytime guests, we had 10 of them. I don't know, quite a few. A really wonderful family reunion, just in the big house. So he was fixing lights and uh, yeah, doing about 7 things, and I had to take Barbara into the doctor, but he
Yeah.
actually mowed the lawn, made it look better than it's ever looked. He put the
Oh.
chairs a straight line, but at an angle, and it's like looks way better.
He's
They,
he's got that
they
kind of
do it
eye.
fine. The guy comes to the first day, he moves them. It's way better. And then he broke a couple tiles off the table, so now we got a better table. Lots of
Good.
improvements.
That's
Yeah.
great. Oh.
Yeah, everything's running pretty mellow. The guests played a lot of pickleball, and then they just took off to town.
yeah,
But we're
Oh,
the temple.
wow.
It's nothing exists when you're down here in the temple except us and the ocean.
yeah. You can't see
That's
or hear.
incredible.
Yeah, it's a
Wow.
sweet. You can
How
kind of see it in
special.
the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This
We
is my
raised.
background. Oh,
Uh-huh.
go ahead. I'm just gonna do a joke. So you keep sharing because this is just silent. I can be silent.
The joke's good, but I just said we raised the altar up. Normally the altar's on the floor. We're kind of
It
thinking we
looks
might
very
loft it up.
cool. It looks so cool like that.
Oh, and this is this lovely thing I got from Australia.
Did you?
The
It came.
Barbara and
Oh, good. This is me.
Barbara and your little meditation tent.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Love it.
There's my stuff.
uh,
Oh,
But I have my altar here. It's my little candle.
yeah.
Today's the
very
day
good.
we put all the garbage out.
Portable
So it's
altar.
like anything
Uh,
that's not going to somebody is going in the rubbish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But all you need. Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to sit in my chair, which is behind the computer, and
Yes.
I just have the uh, gentleman here in
Now,
the
do you
ocean
have the
look.
reading books?
Yeah.
Got it
I
all?
got it. Yep. It looks so beautiful.
Have you got the Rays of One Light?
Yeah.
Excellent. Um, I don't need those.
No, you'll be okay. Now I've tried to make it so that like I can see you as the speaker. I don't know how it'll work when we record it, so we'll just have to see what works.
You're good. They're
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
lost your
they're done.
picture
Lovely.
And
there.
oh, yeah, I think we're frozen a little bit. Is it is it
Orange
worth
frozen.
is it worth hotspotting down? Is it better off phone?
A hot pot's probably not bad. Let's hot spot off mine. But
training. Listen to this week is on willingness. Willingness must be deliberately. It is an act, not on outward conditions. Can you hear me okay? Okay. This is the affirmation. Okay. Apple makes their earpods very, very strong. They keep taking over automatically. Okay. Our affirmation is willingness. So I was willing to finally get the sound right. Willingness must be cultivated deliberately. It is an attitude of mind and depends not on outward conditions. Most people are willing or unwilling depending on their likes and dislikes. This habit tends to develop a bias toward unwillingness, which gradually becomes chronic and attracts to itself chronic failure. Don't wait for favorable circumstances to awaken willingness in you. Train yourself in the attitude of saying yes to life. Often by this simple attitude, you will find success arriving unexpected at your door. And we'll now practice the affirmation. So first saying it loudly. I welcome everything that comes as an opportunity for further growth. And again, a bit softer. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. Now repeating it again in a whisper. I welcome every opportunity that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. And once more silently, just feeling every bit of power within your being, repeating this affirmation for willingness. Feeling it coming from that point at the spiritual eye. I welcome everything that comes to me as an opportunity for further growth. And now feeling this prayer in your heart. Lord, help me to overcome the satanic pull of unwillingness. The more I embrace life in your name, the more I feel your joy. Om. Peace. Amen. And welcome again, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. We have myself, Kalamali, coming from Australia, and Nara and our spiritual family in Ananda, Hawaii are there today as well. Charlie and Barbara with Nara. We'll start with our Rays of the One Light. Our reading for this week is called To Each According to His Faith. You can always close your eyes if you feel to and just take in these words. Truth is one and eternal. Realize oneness with it in your deathless self within. The following commentary is based on the teachings of Paramhansa Yogananda. In the Gospel of St. John, chapter 3, we read, "Every one that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they were wrought in God." It is a common experience shared by most people that when a person errs, they experience a desire to hide that error from their consciousness instead of holding it up for purification. Error clutches its misdeeds to itself and resists correction, though it is only in the state of purity that we can achieve perfect freedom. It requires an active will to offer that awareness up to the light and to hold it there until one's inner darkness is completely dissipated. For every state of consciousness has its own attractive power, and the more we allow that attraction to act upon us, the more we attract to ourselves the objective circumstances and experiences natural to it. Our faith is the attractive power of our underlying state of consciousness. Goodness attracts goodness. It takes goodness even to see goodness. Evil attracts evil, and it takes evil even to see evil. That is, to take special note of its existence. Whatever there is in you, of darkness or light, offer it up to the heights. In the supreme light alone we find salvation. Accept nothing less in yourself as your lasting reality. As the Bhagavad Gita says in the 12th chapter, "Cling thou to me, clasp me with heart and mind, so that thou shalt dwell surely with me on high. But if thy thought droops from such height, if thou beest weak to set body and soul upon me constantly, despair not, give me lower service, seek to reach me, worshipping with steadfast will. And if thou canst not worship steadfastly, work for me, toil in works pleasing to me, for he that laboureth right for love of me shall finally attain. But if in this thy faint heart fails, bring me thy failure." Thus, through Holy Scripture, God has spoken to mankind. Om, Om, Om.
Beautiful reading for this week. I'm going to start with a reading from Too Much. This is my favorite Whispers from Eternity by Paramhansa Yogananda. It's called Divine Mother, come thyself into the waiting temple of our love. Divine Mother, be thou the only flame shining on the altar of our hearts. Burn away any darkness that lurks there. Divine Mother, be thou the only fragrance rising with incense of our love for thee. Permeate any dark nook in the hearts also of those we love. In our tears of love for thee, wash away that attraction we feel for material objects. In our tears of communion with thee, wash away all the sorrows of earth forevermore. Divine Mother, unite our separate hearts into one great love, wherein thy omnipresent can rest forever and forever. Teach us to behold our latent perfection in the clear mirror of thy divinity. Let the altar flame of our love for thee rise in triumph, shaming the little hissing sparks of all earthly desires. Divine Mother, may our love be a shooting star racing gloriously through dark skies of forgetfulness, cutting its way through dark thunderclouds of worldly preoccupation. Divine Mother, a million distractions have come to lure us away from thoughts of thee. Thou thyself, in order to test us, have offered false substitute fulfillments, pompous temple ceremonies to satisfy the ego needs of worldly people, religious organizations shouting salvation can come only through serving this work, priests and ministers offering the gospel, God will bless you if you give us your money. O Mother, I have done with such outward shows in thy name. I await thee now in the inner temple of my love. Steal softly into this silent temple, Mother. With lambent flame, banish the darkness of my long ignorance, and grant me safety in thy ever-shining bliss. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It's an interesting reading this week, and it sort of reminded me of when I was a lecturer and you kind of pigeonholed people in your classroom. You'd know the ones at the front of the room were either couldn't see or hear, or they were very studious. And then the ones at the back of the room were always the ones that weren't quite interested, or the rebels, you would say. And then you had the ones in between that were kind of could sit on the fence whether they needed to be there or not. But it's kind of relevant to today's story, and reminded me I had this wonderful breakfast with Charlie and Barbara, and it was this amazing pancakes, I would say, and absolutely gorgeous. But we were talking about our friendships and the people that we're attracted to, and we tend to find like-minded people. We tend to attract those people in our lives that we have those common interests. And I know Jyotish talks about it all the time, and Swami did as well, about if you got two people that were accountants on either side of the room, either side of the world, they would attract each other when they came together at the temple, and similar to sailors or people of common interests. And this attraction has this underlying power that we've spoken about previously, that we attract our paradise. We attract things that show us interests. We attract those things that in our life bring our identity, and that can change together. You know, often you'll find when you're in a temple, you speak in a certain way. You take your shoes off and you walk and you speak quite lightly. If you're around a group of tradies that are working on building the temple, they're going to have a different language about them. They're going to speak in a different way, and often you'll mirror those. So we tend to have these ways that we think about ourselves, and often they're shunned from the lessons that we've learned through life and from the minute we've gone through. And this reading spoke about almost fear, in a way that when we do things that we don't feel are right, we tend to hide behind them. We tend to cage them in and lock them inside of us. I've spoken previously about our heart being that protector, and we give our mind a job to do to protect that heart. And in the same way, we kind of protect those things, whether we've done poorly but we lock them inside, and we lock those because we feel that we're wrong. And it's kind of interesting. And it was highlighted to me when you think about even the Autobiography of a Yogi, or the Bible reading that was in there today, that right through that, from Babaji down, every single great master was challenged. to think in a different way. They were challenged to change their viewpoint. They were challenged, if you like, in a worldly sense of being naughty. I know Yogananda went off against his master's wishes, and he headed off, and he stopped in at a temple, and he didn't pay respects to Divine Mother in that temple, and he got sent on a golden goose chase. And then he found another saint who he spent time with, and he got a blessing from that saint, and then he got all this journey back, and he was welcomed with open arms by his guru. And he was in, even to the point, he was in meditation that morning, and his mind was wandering. And his guru said to him again, Mukunda, you're not concentrating, concentrate. Mukunda's defiant. No, I'm not. He held that in him, that he wasn't, he was listening. No, Mukunda, I'm meditating, master, that, this is what I'm doing. Mukunda, come on, come back down. And it was at that very point that he got the gift of samadhi. He got the touch from his guru. And we're all on that journey. We're all learning every day. And this journey that we're on is about being open and receptive. And I won't steal Kalamali's thunder, because I know she likes to reflect on the affirmation. But it's about that affirmation of surrender. It's about acknowledging that every single opportunity that comes in life is an opportunity to let go of attachment, to be unconditional, to live in the light of these great masters. And no, we're not perfect, otherwise we would be great masters. So the journey is moving forward to do that, and we can't do that without learning. We can't do that without offering every single part of our being up to God, including our mistakes, including those things that we believe are our mistakes, because they're the thing that are going to give us freedom in this world. And it's such a freeing thing to understand that everything that we do, right or wrong, good or bad, doesn't matter. It's an opportunity to let go of attachment. It's an opportunity to dispel the darkness. It's an opportunity to face Maya front on and remove it, so that all that we can see is that pure light. But we can't do that by caging, by suffocating and holding on to those things that are mistakes, or the things that we do. It's the one freeing opportunity that when we do, we start clearing, we start cleaning the windscreen of the mud, the delusion that's in front of us, so that we can start more clearly. So we are so beautifully, and it was a lovely conversation again with Charlie today, like-minded people that get together. And there are only so many techniques, 4 techniques that Yogananda brought. And there was a country that he came into, he didn't know a lot about meditation. But nowadays, there's millions and millions of people that meditate in that country. And if we don't hold on and move and let go and have used these techniques in our daily practice, these words, these opportunities to have satsang with like-minded people and attract those blessings in everyday life, where it's, as Yogananda says, we are truly blessed. We have very, 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 very good karma to want to know God in this lifetime. So you can imagine how much good karma we have, that we have a guru that can guide us in this and have this opportunity to move forward and do this together.
Thank you, Nara. Hopefully the sound has improved, but thank you again for those really beautiful sharings and words. And yes, I do enjoy adding a little bit about the affirmation and how it ties to our reading. And something came to my mind this morning, and it was this little voice saying, "Are you on the jet airplane route, or have you decided to change your ticket?" And I thought, why? What's that gonna relate to? And it's about this passage and willingness, because God gave each soul free will to reunite and to remember why we're actually here, to learn our lessons and align with the light. But our will needs to be attuned to Guru's will, to the divine will, not our ego-driven will by whims and little fancies. We have the opportunity to build the magnetism of light, but it's the Guru's blessing and God's grace that we need to draw to become perfect in that light. And when we don't remember to surrender, to say to God, this test, you have the strength, I might not by myself, or this little fault or behavior, yes, I have it, I introspected, became aware of it, but then what? Did we decide to just let it be? Or did you take the teachings and consciously offer this little problem or behavior or habit back to God for purification? A lot of times we start to think we're on our own again. That's when we've changed our ticket. We forgot that the jet airplane route of Kriya Yoga means constant attunement to Guruji's will, constant attunement to the light, attracting more light by satsang with others who are focused on the light. And it's not that we don't support one another when we are going through challenges and difficulties. Even communities face difficulties as one, collective group of karma. But it's the fact that together, stronger, united, you can draw more light. There's that saying from the Bible where two or more are gathered in my name. There I am in the midst of them. And when we were meditating this morning, just kind of curious, but raise your hand if you felt the power of being together today. It was like, yeah, it was like you could tell that all of us were all over the planet. We've got people from all the different states nearly of Australia, but then we're going across the ocean into Hawaii, but we're connected to a global spiritual family and to these gurus. And when we feel that, it helps us align that will with the collective will of this ray. That's that energized Dwapara, strengthening the light. That's Babaji's mission. And I find it really timely and important to keep sharing this. But there was a devotee who was praying and asking Babaji, but why allow these things to happen? And he said, there is free will, but those who choose the light and pray for the light to be strengthened, there I will be to help them. So God is not here to change our minds, but we need to offer our heart, mind, soul, and will, all of our heart, mind, soul, energy, everything that is us or that we think is us, individualized spirit, we need to offer it back. But that offering is the part that allows us to be in the light. And it's such an interesting thing because how many parts of the day do we forget? We've changed the ticket. So we collect our time with one another as a way to be reminded. We have a daily practice of meditation to remember to listen. All day we're going chat, 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 chat. And when we stop and we sit, that's when we go, oh yeah, I need to listen to God's guidance. But the idea is that you extend that feeling of listening throughout your day. You start to pause more and you listen in those silent moments for the guidance, for those whispers from eternity to speak to you. For something, sometimes people say, when I was energizing, the answer came. You're doing Yogananda's technique that he brought special to this age. When you're doing seva for your home, washing the dishes or doing laundry or maybe just going for a walk in nature, you're listening. Those are those moments that you're tuning your will to the divine by silencing the ego chatter, allowing that inner peace and calmness in the heart to remember God alone, God alone, God alone. And thank you. And we'll now have a little song because we love to share the music and really end with that vibration